Hi, I'm Mert, and I'm an Altaholic. Welcome back to Altaholic's Achievements. It's the World of Warcraft challenge series where I finally start rolling new characters and actually finish some content. I'm going through every single expansion and finishing every achievement in this expansion. The end goal, of course, is to have all achievements complete on my account that are available.
Alright.
And can I just quickly say thank you very much to our Discord member that created our Altaholic's Achievement logo. This is a little plug for that Discord. Why don't you join, tell us how many alts you have, create a good community that just want to play the game in different ways. The link's in the description, down below, and on my profile. Join us. In our last episode, focusing on the quests of course, we wrapped up the Blasted Lands and crossed off one more part of the Eastern Kingdom. Now it's time to head north, and in this episode, I will be trying to cross off a few more locations. Get ready for us to knuckle down. It's time to head north into the most iconic fiery zones in WoW's history, the Burning Steppes. Now the Burning Steppes is exactly what you think it is. A land of ash, fire and lava, caught in the middle of endless conflict. On one side, you've got the Black Rock Orcs. We've encountered those before, and still clinging to power in the shadows of the Black Rock Mountain itself. On the other side, we have the Dark Iron Dwarves. They are always scheming and drawing strength from the fiery corruption of Ragnaros. Lurking above it all as well is the Black Dragonflight, who caused the issues in this region in the first place. The quests here are split between taking down the Black Rock clan, disrupting the Dark Iron plans, and uncovering the dragon threat, all while slowly working your way towards that terrifying mountain. And speaking of the mountain, it has some of the coolest raids and dungeons. The Lower Blackrock Spire, Upper Blackrock Spire, and Blackrock Depths. Even MC, the Molten Core, the game's first ever raid. Don't worry, I won't be charging in just yet, but if you watched my live stream that's still on my YouTube channel, you can see I attempted it all by myself. I nearly got there too, but I had to stop. But you can bet I will smash all of these later on in our journey. The Burning Steppes may be harsh, and it's a major step in our Eastern Kingdom's adventure. I really saw this as sort of the divide between stuff that I've done before and new stuff. So let's dive in, see if I can survive the heat. Whenever I start any new area, I always get really distracted with what's going on around me. It looks really nice, but you know that pretty green little claw on my map always takes me away. I always have to do pet battles. So I capture a few. And then we find this guy, our challenger. We haven't had one of these for a while, so let's get ready for a fight. It was an extremely tight bout, but we made it unscathed, I would say. Not really, but we got out, and that's a good thing. As Celebration decided to kill a bunch of baby dragons, we defeated Nergosh the Shadow, and handing in that quest got us to level 60.
Keep it real. Have a good one. Keep it real.
And then we got to probably the best part of this area, and that was looking like this cool dude. You had to go undercover, Black Rock Clan, and make sure you could disable the clan within itself. And it was a really cool storyline. I encourage you to go through it and really pay attention to it. It eventually led to our favorite shirtless people and the group that helped us with the tank in our Red Ridge Mountains display, which is really cool. I like how it all came together and everyone was working together and it was cool. There were no tanks this time, which is sad. We then just spent a bunch of time helping Shirtless Man and co. And that was fine. It was a fine storyline. It was all good. And then we had to ride a dragon. And this is my gripe with classic quests. We always hit a point where we have to do these vehicle quests and press the same button to shoot a whole bunch of enemies like in Exile's Reach. And it's just not fun. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It reminds me of the shelf mission in Burning Crusade, where you just have to shoot a bunch of stuff, and if you don't make it, don't kill them all within that time frame, you got to go back and do it again. It just wastes time. So, not a fan of this particular mission. But at the end, we complete all of the story, bring back peace and prosperity. No, we don't do any of that. We just make sure no one dies a lot, and no one takes claim over the mountain. That was the key objective in all of these quests. Don't let them take over the mountain. And we did that, and I'm proud of us. In the end, we get the quest achievement. Hey, we did it. Achievement. Cue the zoom in. Cue the zoom in. We get the exploration achievement. And it's on to our next place. And yes, your astute eyes do not deceive you. I did stream this. That's on Twitch and YouTube. Links down below. And the next zone, of course, we are going to go into is Searing Gorge. The only way to describe the Searing Gorge is it is the Burning Steps' angry little brother. And I think I said that when we entered the zone as well. It's tiny compared to the other zones. It is yet another scorched wasteland right on the edge of the Black Rock Mountain. But here, the focus shifts heavily to the Dark Iron Dwarves, which I really enjoyed. Literally, there's a mountain dividing the orcs and the dwarves, and they're all angry about it. This zone is their playground, their forge and their battlefield, so the quests here are pretty cool. They take you into the Thorium Brotherhood versus the Dark Iron Dwarves. You'll sneak into their factories, sabotage their war machines and free captured allies. Essentially, it's just a gritty industrial feel with lava pits. I liked it. One of the coolest parts of the zone is obviously it's all connected to the Burning Steps via the giant mountain. I cannot wait to get into the actual mountain itself, do all the raids and all of the dungeons, because I think that it will tie the story really well together. But all in all, great area, and I really enjoyed it. Honestly, with this area, there's not a whole heap to say about how the quests are. You run around, you just do a bunch of dwarfy things. So kill a bunch of golems, get a bunch of items. There is honestly, probably the best part of all of this is Lunk. He's our boy. We love Lunk. He's just Lunky. He does weird things like ride spiders and eat random things, but overall, Lunk, best part of this area by far. Also managed to get probably my favorite pet so far, and that's like a molten hatchling. It's just a fire spider. Very cool. Very cool. We end up graduating from Thorium Shack Place to Thorium Point, which is just a big tower. So that's cool. The whole gist of this storyline is make the Thorium boys win over the other Dark Iron Dwarfs. So we do those quests. We find this guy, another pet battle. I like it. I like the fight. This guy didn't put up nearly as much fight as the previous guys. I think I learnt my lesson with the last guys. But yeah, he's toast. See you later, big fella. It took us approximately like 30 minutes to complete this quest. Probably 10. But there was a lot of flying around looking for these molten boys. Looking at these little fire elementals. But we found them and managed to get that done. And we ran around and we lit a bunch of towers on fire for the Dark Iron Dwarves and stole a lot of their bullets. So, you know, they couldn't get us. I liked it. It was good. One of the things we spoke about, and there's a question for all of you right now. Do you read quest text? A lot of people in my chat at the time said how much they enjoyed reading the quest text. They get into it, it's a real part of the story, and they slow down and enjoy the whole ride. Personally hate it. Just get through it. Get through to the next area is how I've always mentally prepared myself for these sorts of things. But this helicopter quest, you needed to listen and go and find a random person and then enter in the helicopter. There was nothing on my map that told me. There was no instant quest text. I had to read it. And it drives me nuts. But everyone in my chat was like, nah, just read the quest text, Matt. So that's my question. Do you read it? Or are you like me and you just follow little things on the map? And then finally, we ended up going to this big fella, the Archduke Celcinder. And we banished him. See you later. And of course, we have achieved our exploration. I didn't actually get the video of this. I'm very sorry. And the quests of Searing Gorge.
Off with you.
Hey! Woo! Woo! I'm gonna zoom in on me in the video and how much of an idiot I am. Don't worry. With our two super serious Orc vs. Dwarves, big mountain, scary lava zones done, I was hoping for a change of pace. I'm a guy that can only take so much serious before he gets bored and tired and wants something silly and fun. Well, I'm glad that our next area was exactly that. The Badlands is exactly what it sounds like. It's a land full of bad stuff. It's just a cracked desert, wasteland full of danger, mystery, and some of the strangest stories in all of WoW. Unlike the lava and forges of the Gorge, the land here is dry, broken, and hiding plenty of secrets. There's 3 main quest lines here, but in this recap I just want to focus on one. It is one of the most famous quest lines in the whole game, and I've honestly never done it before, so this was really cool. The day that Deathwing came. It's just 3 dudes walk into a bar, start drinking, and tell the same story multiple times, and it is wonderful. Despite me getting stuck on one of them and having to look up a fix because it's a complete bug, don't worry about that. All in all, it's amazing. Their stories are pure chaos, explosions, and just silly goofiness that I really enjoyed. So, without further ado, let us get into the Badlands and enjoy the lighter side of the Cataclysm. So the start of these quest lines just start with 3 guys sitting in a circle talking about the day that Deathwing came. You decide to talk to one of them, which is the dwarf at the start, and he shows you how he goes through all of the enemies and elementals to get to Deathwing and then beats him up himself. What a hero indeed! The next guy is a gnome inventor and he makes himself gigantic. Finds Deathwing within the sun itself, grabs him and throws him all the way to Kalimdor. What a cool dude, what a hero. The third is an absolute rock star. An orc riding a bike and you're on the back. He has to pick his favorite babe to go with him. Then he finds Deathwing atop a mountain. But all of the other guys are there telling their own silly stories. He gets upset, doesn't tell you how it ends. But then you finish the quest line anyway. A goofy, silly, ridiculous quest line. You gotta do it yourself. Because it's just goofy and fun. And just do it! Do it! So a few good, quick achievements that I got here. Another pet, which is always a good day. That always brings in more achievements for us, so woohoo to me. And also this goat quest. When I was looking in the Eastern Kingdoms grouping for achievements, I found this goat quest here, and I thought it was going to be quite difficult. It's literally the quest. You do the quest and you get an achievement. I don't understand why they've done this, but I won't argue. Complete. Well done us. We meet up with some no mission venters as usual. We defend ourselves from some trogs with ridiculous cannons that, again, don't understand why classic missions did this, but hey, here we are pressing the same button and holding right click to aim and doesn't hit them properly, but yay, we did it. And then we go into this little area, this little temple, and do a bunch of puzzles, and I genuinely enjoyed it. This puzzle I figured out within about 30 seconds, but it took me about 2 minutes to actually right-click all of the things because they all had to have animations. Why, Classic Quest, do you do this to me? But we did it, and good on us for doing it, but it's still going. Anyway, we do that one. We kill one of the big boys in this room, and we get the treasure chest. In the Badlands is a really cool reference. It's the Lost Dwarves. 3 dwarves looking very similar to 3 other dwarves in a different game. Well, this game's the Lost Vikings. Blizzard's 1992 side-scrolling puzzle game. It's got Olaf, Balog, and Eric in it, and yes, it's those guys. I was blown away because I knew that they were in Uldaman, so I knew they were in the game, but it was really cool seeing them in this area and helping you through it. Their little catchphrases and abilities were all about the Lost Vikings. It was just really cool. Me being an old man, I really liked the references. So that was a really, really cool part of this. It wasn't a goofy segment like earlier, but it was still a really cool reference. And Badlands quickly becoming my favorite area. 10 out of 10. Reference more, please. Very good. The boys helped me get an achievement. And then finally, we watched this goblin get burned alive in this cave because Deathwing's a bad guy. That was it. We got our quests done.
Be seeing you.
And we got our exploration done. Sad to say, it's time to leave the Badlands. I really liked it here. That's 3 zones completed. And I have to admit, they're 3 zones that I haven't really done before. Very good zones. I would say some of the best. Underrated even. Go and do them yourselves because they're actually really fun. And it would be good for you to do them again. Enjoy that. It was actually really nice getting back into the flow of things and knocking off a few zones in one video, but not making it feel rushed. I really enjoyed it. So thank you again for joining. Please remember to subscribe if you aren't already, like the video and leave a comment of what your favorite type of mushroom is. I don't know why, I just thought of mushrooms as I was talking. But let me know how I can improve this, or if you're enjoying it so far. I'm getting a lot of amazing feedback. Remember, I do stream on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'll be trying to get out a video at least once a fortnight, hopefully once a week. Thank you again so much for watching. We are nearly complete this challenge. We probably have 1 more video worth of quests, and then a few more of dungeons and things like that. And then we're on to Season 2, which we have now decided is our Druid Tauren. That's right, it's a Tauren Druid. We have completed all of the polls, and it has come back as Tauren Druid in Kalimdor. I am so excited for that to be a thing in the future. So please follow along, keep watching the videos, and enjoy. Remember, there's always a good time to start another alt.